Okay, y'all, I am back with my updated skincare routine. Some of y'all were asking and wondering what I was doing to, still look this youthful at 57. So here it is. I'll share with you the products that I'm using and just little, tidbits in between. But before we get into it, first, let me say thank you for your incredible comments, your likes, to the new subscribers. Welcome. I had been MIA for a couple of months, and when you do that on YouTube especially, you never know what the reception is going to be like when you do come back on with a video. It has been very heartwarming, all of your comments. Some of you who are in the same stage of life, no matter what your age, you are in transition, reinvention era, new chapter, all of that. Some of you are thinking about doing that. So I really hope that last video inspired some of y'all to just take the first step. Also, a lot of y'all were like, 57? Where? You lying. Excuse me, I'm going to need to see some IDs. So I'm sharing with you today what I do. It's not rocket science, but it is waterless. So let's get into it. So I am using a brand called Oliveda. The umbrella company is Olive Tree People. And this was founded in Germany 22 years ago by a guy named Thomas Lamel, who I think was having some serious health issues. First, when I found out it was started in Germany, I knew right away that it had to be good because the European Union has some of the strictest laws when it comes to ingredients versus North America. I don't know why. And I'm pretty sure that I read somewhere that within that, Germany has like the strictest laws. So that was already a plus for me. I'd never heard of Waterless Beauty before, but I'm so glad that I got onto it. Because if you didn't know, most of the conventional beauty products out there are 70% water. If you pause this video and go and look what your moisturizer is, your body lotion, shower gel, like any of your beauty products, if you flip them over, you're more than likely going to see that the first ingredient is water, which is not a good thing, because if you're paying some coins for your products, you are not getting the full benefit. You are getting 70% water and then, a little bit of active ingredients in there. And ain't nobody want to be wasting their money on that. So what I love about Oliveda is it is waterless. Each ingredient has this ingredient called hydroxytyrosol, which is extracted from the leaves of olive trees. They have their own olive tree or olive groves in Spain, so they are sustainably harvested. Hydroxytyrosol, if you've never heard of it, is a powerful anti-inflammatory. So when we get breakouts and things, that's inflammation going on. The other thing about waterless beauty that I love is that if you're somebody who's concerned about the environment, environmentally conscious, you're not using any water to produce the product, so that's a win right there. Also, did you know that because a lot of these conventional beauty products have water in them, water can harbor or almost be like a breeding ground for like mold and bacteria, which is why they then have to put preservatives in them to like stabilize them and give them a longer life. When you're using a waterless product, it's more concentrated. A little goes a long way, and it's not going to have any of the harmful things. It's much better for your skin because the product is not going to evaporate like it would if it was like filled with water. So there's some really good benefits to using waterless beauty, which I really believe is going to be the wave of the future. Yes, pun intended. That's right. So let's get into the products that I use. First and foremost, I've already cleansed my skin. And usually if I have a little bit more time in the morning, I'll just let my face air dry. There's no need to towel dry. We just want to let things do what it do. If I am in a bit of a hurry, I will use one of these soft cloths to just pat my skin. And away we go. The less tugging, especially when we're mature, we got mature skin, the less tugging and pulling, the better. Because as it is, due to hormonal decrease, we lose collagen, we lose the plumpness, the firmness. So we want to do everything that we can to preserve our skin and not do anything to cause any unnecessary damage to it. So I've already cleansed my skin, as I said. What I'm using is a cleansing oil. My skin is more normal. It's pretty normal, but it can get dry here and there. And I prefer like a cleansing oil versus like a gel. Gels typically are good if you have oily skin. But if you have dry skin, sometimes a gel can really strip your skin of the moisture, and then that's a whole other problem going on. So I'm using the F72 Corrective Cleansing Oil. Now before this, I was using their Arbequina Cleansing Oil, which is another ingredient that runs through most of their products as well, another anti-inflammatory. This one I like. It's got hydroxytyrosol, arbequina oil, and lavender. We know lavender is good for soothing the skin. But honestly, just a couple of pumps is all you need. But this is also great for taking off your makeup at night. You might maybe need like 3 to 4 pumps and gently just massage it around and rinse. It does turn into like a milky kind of look to it when you do rinse your skin. So, but yeah, it's nice and lightweight. It doesn't strip my skin when I wash my face. It does not feel dry or tight at all. And we like that. We like that. So that is the cleanser that I use. I will link everything below, and I will just, if you hear me saying HT going forward, that means hydroxytyrosol. After I cleanse my skin, I use the Corrective Facial Tonic. That's the F67. This kind of acts like a toner. Now, I never used to be a toner kind of girl. Traditionally, toners are good for helping to rebalance your pH in your skin after you've cleansed it. They also help to remove any lingering makeup that might still be on your skin. And they also prep your skin so that any products you put on after, your serums, moisturizers, face oils, elixirs, whatever, will absorb into your skin a lot better. So with this one, all you need is a couple of spritzes in the palm of your hand. And this, you just press on. Smells lovely. Everything in here is like bioactive ingredients, nothing junky, nothing like toxic in them. And again, especially if you're somewhere on the menopause train, toxins are not your friend. So just press it in. Helps to soothe the skin as well. And that's that. Now, I'm somebody who likes to keep her makeup or her skincare routine simple. My makeup too. I don't have time for 20 steps. We like just the essential products and we keep it moving. After I do the Corrective Facial Tonic, we do have a serum, and this is the Corrective Serum for the face. I really feel this is one of their best sellers. This is F59 because they call it Botox in a bottle. I mean, and yes, this is kind of like the non-invasive, non-invasive way to get the same type of result. This has paracress in it. Paracress is like a flowering plant that is found in South America, which is known for its smoothing effect. Also with this, it is also said to give you some sculpted contour. So you know I ran out. I'm like, give me a gallon. Give me a gallon of this. So again, brown in color, just a couple drops. For me, because it said it gives you sculpted contours, you know, right now I'm just like, yes, we need to get some cheekbones pop in here. So I put it on my cheeks and along my jawline because I found, and under the chin. As I've gotten older, underneath here is getting a little, it's not as tight as it used to be. And so I just focus it basically on the lower half of my face, me personally. We want to try and get some contour action going. And one thing to keep in mind when you are starting a new skin regimen, using a new brand, new products, you need to give it some time. We're always like looking for the quick fix, the quick result. And yeah, there are some products that are going to give you like, you'll see results in like a week, maybe even 2 weeks, but you got to have patience, and you got to give it time to work, and you got to be consistent. Just like everything else in life, you got to be consistent to get the results you're looking for. So this is a serum. After my serum, we need a moisturizer, of course. So everything that I've used so far, you should be using in your skincare routine. For my moisturizer, I'm using the F05, the antioxidant face cream. We almost out, y'all. So you know I'm waiting with bated breath for it to launch in the UK. Near the end of this month, it's supposed to launch the UK, Germany, and Austria, I think. And next year it's like Italy and Switzerland, I think. Anyway, we're almost out. Because this is antioxidant, this helps with oxidative stress, which can damage your cells just due to environmental factors, environmental toxins, or any other type of toxins from conventional skincare, fragrance, clothes that you wear, food, highly processed, all of that kind of stuff can give you oxidative stress. So you want antioxidants in your products, in your diet as well, to help combat that. So I just take a little dab here. Again, it's very concentrated, so start with a little, and if you feel you need a little bit more, then add, because I've made the mistake of like, and using too much, and it's like, oh, I didn't really need that much at all. So again, just massage it in gently. I do have a little dryness underneath my nose and slightly under here for some reason. And they do say that this particular face cream is made for oily skin. My skin is not oily, and usually with oily skin you want a more lightweight moisturizer or cream so that you're not walking around looking like one big grease ball. But even though it's made for oily skin, I find that it leaves the perfect amount of hydration on my skin. That is the face cream. After that, I use an eye cream. And again, I never used to be an eye cream gal. I think years ago, like, there was a little bit of controversy around, do you need an eye cream or not need an eye cream? No, you don't need one. Yeah, you should get one. Now that I'm older, we are using one. This is the F09 Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream. Because that's where, you know, you get to really see some aging. So it's like that. This, a little, really goes a long way. Start with a little dab, and then we sweep it under the eye. I like to sweep it all the way out here to where, you know, crow's feet would usually form. If anybody out there knows why they always ask you or tell you to use your ring finger, because to me, I feel like you can control the pressure with any finger. Anyway, we go under the eye, out to where the crow's feet would be, and on the eyelid. So very moisturizing again, with the main ingredient being hydroxytyrosol. Also, if you didn't know, the skin around your eyes is the thinnest on your face. So that is one reason why they, you know, you want to be gentle, no tugging or pulling. I've also noticed that I really don't have any, even though this is like an anti-wrinkle cream, I feel like I haven't really got any dark circles. Now, I'm not a doctor, but they do say, or I have heard, that if you have really dark under eye circles, you may want to look into your iron and liver. I'm not a doctor. Just do some research on that. But with me and my eyes, even though I don't have any crow's feet or any like harsh wrinkles or anything like that around the area, what I do have, see how my skin is sagging a little bit here? Yeah, And also, if you look closely, I have like underneath my eyelid, it looks like, I don't know if it's a pocket of fat, a fat deposit. Both sides. Here. There's part of me that wants to flip my eyelids inside out and just like slice it off, like, but I don't know how I could remove that. So what I'm going to do is buy the eye elixir, because it's supposed to help lift and tighten the area around the eye. So we're going to give that a try. And the great thing about Oliveda is, and this is like, I've never heard of this with any beauty brand, is that they have a 365-day satisfaction guarantee. Most places, if you buy something from like Sephora, you got 30 days. You know, or even if you buy it directly from the brand online, you know, it's limited. 365-day satisfaction guarantee. I feel like that's a win-win. Like, you have no reason not to even try it, you know? So that is the eye cream. Now, during the day, I will use a sunscreen. This is the Sky and Soul one that I've been using for probably about 6 months now. SPF 30. If you're a vegan, I'm sorry, this is not for you. It is tallow based, but tallow has been around for centuries. Clean product. It comes from, yes, it comes from cows, but you can cook with it also. But this is what their main ingredient is. But when it comes to sunscreen, 2 things. If you are melanated, you want to make sure that it is non-nano zinc oxide, because to me that's the killer ingredient. That is the harmful ingredient, the main harmful ingredient in sunscreens. The other thing too, when you're melanated, there's always the concern about the white cast. And I get it, which is probably the reason why a lot of melanated people don't wear sunscreen. But I just start with a little bit and just massage it in. If you find that you need more, then add more. But I really think it blends in quite nicely. Always bring it down on your neck too, because if you sit in front of a computer all day, your neck is exposed. Your thyroid is right here, so we want to like protect that area as well. After that, if it's nighttime, I will use a lash serum. Now, if you live in North America, you can get the Beauty from Bees. You can order it online. It is a Canadian-made company, or Canadian-based. Beeswax is their main ingredient, but it is a clean formulation as well. It's also woman-owned, and we also like that. So it just comes with like a little wand like that. I started using it in March, I think, for my brows and my lashes. Now, for my brows, this is my second tube, because I think the first tube didn't really last as long as it should have. My lashes, I've definitely seen a difference. Yes, we have seen a difference. I also use their mascara as well. Brows are taking a little bit of time, and I'm on here with full naked face so you could really see what I am working with. People were wondering where, 57 where. See these here? Yes, we have some forehead lines. And yes, even I too get caught up in like comparing myself to other women who have like these nice, like tight foreheads, no wrinkles, even skin tone. But we're working on that. So I use the Beauty from Bees Lash and Brow Serum at night. And then I forgot to add in here, 2 to 3 times a week, a mask is good, depending on your skin type. If you're a little bit more oily, you might want to like cut down to maybe 2 times a week. I'm using the Honey Enzyme Face Mask F76. It is green. When you apply it, it does give you a nice warming sensation. Leave it on for about 10 minutes or so. It is an enzymatic mask, so it does exfoliate gently, which is always good. It helps to remove dead skin cells, because as we are out and about and even in our homes, you know, stuff can build up on our skin. We want to like remove that gently, you know, 2 to 3 times a week so our skin is fresh. Also, when you exfoliate too, you know, you have a better base for your, serums and moisturizers to absorb into your skin as well. Last but not least, I use this day and night. This has been my favorite. I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't think I can get it here in the UK. So I'm going to see if I can order it online or have somebody bring me like 2 or 3 bottles. And that is the Ilia 3-in-1 Mist. I use it at night as a kind of like a refreshing mist and just a nice way to end off my nighttime routine. But I also use it during the day. 3-in-1 means it's a blue light mist. So again, if you sit in front of a computer all day, if you're on your phone all the live long day, this will help to block the blue light, the EMFs and stuff that come off of your devices, which again can over time, cause some harm to your skin. And it is a setting spray and it's just a refreshing mist. So, when it's hot out and you want a little spritz, freshen up, this is a good one. I highly recommend, by Ilia. So all in all, that is my skincare, my updated skincare routine using predominantly Waterless Beauty from Oliveda. It can be a little overwhelming if you are, like I know that I was. So if you're curious at all, I will leave a link below to their Olive Brain quiz. Take the quiz. You just answer a series of questions and they will recommend some products for you. And on top of that, if you add 2 products to your cart, you will get a free gift as well. There's usually some free shipping on, I forget what the threshold is, and all kinds of things. There's also the business opportunity, which is a whole other video. We won't get into that this time around. But I also feel like my youthful appearance is not just about the skincare. I believe it's about lifestyle as well. There's a lot of things that I stopped doing, over the course of the last few years, 5-10 years, minimize, or no longer do. I also believe like diet and exercise is a huge factor in that, sleep also. So skincare, yes, is important because you need skincare. I've kept it simple with 5 products on the daily and then a mask at the week and then like sunscreen. Not this thing that's going to take you like 30 minutes to do. We don't have time for that. We want stuff that's quick but effective as well. And because it's waterless, we know that we're getting our money's worth. We know that we are getting the benefits from the ingredients that are in it. Gentle on the skin and all of that. So that brings me to the end of this video on my updated skincare routine. Again, I use pretty much all these products daytime, nighttime. We're going to look for some new ones we're going to add. But yeah. Let me know, have you heard of a Waterless Beauty? Have you tried it before? This inquiring mind would like to know. And of course, if you found any value at all in this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. And you're always more than welcome to subscribe if you haven't. Anyway, I am going to sign off say thank you very much for watching, tuning in, and I shall see you on the next one really soon. Bye for now.